Well, hello, 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 everyone. How is everybody tonight? So, I'm here. Connie will be along shortly. She was taking care of some family matters herself tonight. Oh, with that being said, how y'all doing tonight? Good, I hope. Sorry I couldn't be with you last night, but my grandson had a concert and I go to all his concerts for school. And his next one is for Christmas. Um, so, and I don't know if that's going to be a um, broadcast night or not yet. I have to look it up. So, but I was watching the news, and you know what trial's starting to come back? Well, it's not starting to come back. Hi, KMM. Connie will be on shortly. Um, but I was just starting to say that I was watching the news today and they're picking the jury selection for that I believe it was a sailor or a Marine that choked out that guy on the New York metro. So his trial set to start and they're doing the jury selections. And they're worried that they're not going to be able to find any jurors, 12 jurors and 6 alternates, because very few people have not had a bad situation happen in the subways in New York. Yeah, I know. It's what I thought. It's like, oh, that's going to be good. And I want to make sure that we keep up on that story too. You know, it's one of those situations where you really have to hear everything, I believe, because, I mean, he choked him out to subdue him. I don't think he intentionally meant to kill him. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember hearing that the guy had drugs or something in his system, or which doesn't make it right. I'm just saying that that might be why he was acting the way he was because of the drugs in his system or whatnot. I don't know. So, yeah, I thought that would be pretty interesting if we, kept a watch on that and thought about that. And I know that Connie, touched on the Menendez brothers yesterday about being resentenced and everything. And hopefully that works out great for them. I truly believe that they've done their time, they're rehabilitated. I believe that they should be out. There's been people in jail for much worse things that are out already. I mean, I know it's horrible to say what could be much worse than killing your parents, but with that being said, I mean, they never denied that they didn't do it. But I think the extenuating circumstances. So, holy smokes. Yeah, it was pretty warm here today too, KMM. It was probably around 80 here, 78, 80 degrees here. But they're not calling for snow on Thursday. Are you getting like just flurries? Or are they calling for like snow? Like half-inch ground covering, anything like that? Because I know Saturday night when we went to our Halloween party, um, on the way home, it was 34 degrees. Oh, snow rain mix. That's even worse. Yuck. 35 years is a long time. I mean, it's a very long time. And especially with the things that they've done and the rehabilitation that they've gone through and the amount of therapy and all of that, you know, I mean, I think they deserve it. I don't think they should have ever gotten life without parole. Um, I truly believe that they should have only maybe have gotten manslaughter. Um, I mean, that's my opinion. I believe that yes, they intended to kill their parents, but goodness gracious, what his dad did to them and the mother, how do you even I mean, I can't even wrap my head around that. I cannot even wrap my head around knowing that my husband was doing something like that to my sons. It's like, "Oh, no, 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 you're going to jail, dude. There's no way. There's no way I would have ever tolerated that. Not in a million years, you know? And that's just one thing you don't do is you don't mess with mama's babies. And you just don't, you know? That's crazy. I don't understand a woman that could do that. I mean, how insecure was she that it was okay? I mean, and then when they said the part where she would take her clothes off in front of the boys and ask them if she was pretty. I mean, you don't need to take your clothes off to ask somebody if you think they're pretty. I mean, that's not something I go around doing. Here, let me just take my clothes off. Hey, do you think I'm pretty? That's crazy. That's psychotic. It, that's my opinion. But that's psychotic, and it is what it is. But you get all kinds. And the mother knew that he was cheating on her too. I don't believe she knew he was cheating on her with another guy. I think she thought there was another woman. It is very twisted, very, very twisted. And then it makes you stop and think, wow, this craziness really goes on in, our world. It's like, how bizarre and crazy is that stuff? You would never think, I mean, I would never in a million years would I think my next door neighbor is molesting their kids. And then the kids get, I don't want to say even, but they're just tired of it and they see no way out. They see no end to it unless he's dead. And that's a sad way for those kids to feel. Because I mean, let's face it, really, they were kids. No matter how you look at it, 18 and 21 is still kids in my book, you know, because it depends on what age you are, obviously. But they're saying now that your brain isn't even fully developed now until you're 26. And you can be on your parents' insurance now until you're 26. So, I mean, they were legal minor adults. I mean, I guess that's what maybe we call them, is legal minors that are adults. I don't know. Yeah, me too. Me too. I I don't stand for it. I wouldn't stand for it. And that's any kind of abuse too. That's not just, sexual abuse. That's physical abuse, verbal abuse, Yeah, I won't tolerate verbal abuse. Well, that's kind of, yeah, whitewashing, whatever. But physical abuse and anything above that, no. Mm-mm, no. And I would only get involved if, you know, I knew it factual. Some kid just can't come knocking on my door and be like, hey, my parents are molesting me. It's like, yeah, okay. Come on in, sit down for a spell, and let's talk about this and let's find out what's going on. You know, it's the only thing you can really do in this day and age because it seems like a lot of people have grudges against other people, and it's the same thing as um like these girls that get angry because their boyfriend breaks up with them or whatnot, and then they end up saying that the boyfriend raped them. I told my boys to be very, very careful when they were teenagers and in their 20s. It's like if, you ask, I know it sounds stupid, but you ask if you can kiss them. You ask if that's what they, whatever's transpiring is this is what you want to be doing. And, you make sure. And I said, because all they have to do is get angry at you once and your life is down the tubes. There's some things you just can never come back from at all. So, but yeah, I wore my Halloween shirt tonight since we won't be here Thursday. So everybody can spend Halloween with their kids and grandkids, and some people don't celebrate Halloween at all, which is fine too. I mean, I don't celebrate it. I used to, but not I don't celebrate it anymore. It's this year going to a Halloween party was just a fluke thing. Um but it was fun, but it's just not a holiday I'm real familiar with. I mean, I shouldn't say familiar. It's not a holiday I indulge in, obviously. you know I mean, it's religious beliefs, so that's here or there. Take it or leave it. I mean, I don't shun anybody that does celebrate it all out. We used to decorate the house and all of that stuff. But I this year my son and daughter-in-law got 4 pumpkins for their ever-growing family. So my son's going to carve them out. He carved out the babies already. And they have one that they're not carving at all. And that'll be for the baby that's not born yet. And then they got a mommy and daddy. How cute. So he'll be busy probably carving pumpkins tonight or tomorrow. So, but yeah. Have you voted yet, KMM? Because I haven't. And I was talking to Connie, and isn't it a cute idea? So they have a pumpkin family. I was talking to Connie, and she went and voted yesterday. Oh, did you? Yeah, I'm one of those skeptical people. I mean, I know they want you to vote early, and so I think I'm going to go on Halloween because our early voting is up until Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. You can early vote up until. And I mean, I was on the fence about it because I wasn't quite sure I just don't, with all that stuff that happened the last election with the mail-in ballots and absentee ballots and all that other stuff, I was not feeling very confident about it. But now they're saying to vote early so that all of the voting can be, done properly this time. So I guess I'm just going to go do it and do it early. And then that way I don't have to worry about it on election day. And I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not sure how it goes here. And we only have one place we can vote early in the city I live in, which it's not a real big city. But it's just 3 or 4 blocks from me where I have to go in the opposite direction of where I usually go. Because the other way, 2 or 3 blocks is where I usually go. Well, there she is. You're on mute.
I'm on mute again. Sorry, y'all, I'm late. When you got kids that say, hey, I want you to do something for you. And I said, look, you ain't got time to do what you need to do for me. No, you won't be that late. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're
I got news for you.
You're not that late.
Well, Hello, KMM. How are you? So, I'm getting on here to go tick, 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 tick. Look, the clock's ticking. Tick, 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 tick. The clock is ticking.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, and I'm going to go vote on Thursday.
It's really important that we get out there. I was just seeing on the polls that they say a lot of Christians don't vote.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't think they need to. And it's like, hello.
Well,
hello,
what?
Chris, it's good to see you.
Hi, Chris. You know what? Here's my opinion on that. After everybody, and I know everybody has seen it now, about that guy that screamed out, Jesus is our savior. And she said, you are at the wrong rally. If you don't get your ass off of your chair or off of your couch and you don't vote, shame the hell on you. Because that's where you're going to go.
You know what? My thing is, if you don't vote, I don't want to hear one word come out of anybody's mouth how it's bad. Government's bad. My gas prices are too high. Blah blah blah. Because you know what? You don't have a right to complain. You didn't try to make it any better.
Right. And we all know not to vote independent or green. So you really do have to pick, because voting independent or green, you may as well not even vote. Really?
Well, the thing is you got to pick a side. What you got to pick where you're going to stand. Where are you going to stand? Are you going to stand on? Are you going to stand on what we got going on right now?
Right.
Or are you going to stand on making a change? Because we got to make a change. We got to make a change. Things have got to change.
Things has to change. They just have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-mm. Oh, and by the way, that ballot that I showed you, that is a real man, and he's in Utah. His name really is Lucifer, and it's only in Utah. And I thought, well, that's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Wait a minute. He thinks he's Lucifer?
No, that's his name. That's really his name. I showed the ballot.
What's the just in case everybody loves?
That was his name is his real name is Lucifer Everlove, and he gets called just in case. That's his nickname.
Oh,
I know you can't wrap your head around this kind of stuff because it just don't work. I don't know.
no,
I
that's
don't
just
know.
crazy.
And tonight, y'all, is the National Prayer Night. So when you get done watching this here, Amanda Grace is having that online. It's pretty interesting. I was watching it for a little while. I mean, we got to do something. Y'all, we got to do something. Things have got to change. It's got to change. You know, these gas prices are too high. Our energy prices is too high. Everything.
About the gas prices, Connie, I didn't tell you this yet.
Hmm.
Now, just last week, the gas prices here in Michigan, southeast Michigan, suburbs of Detroit, our gas was anywhere from $3.59 to $3.79.
It went down, didn't it?
It's $2.95.
I want you to know the reason that is because they're trying to what do they call it? Swan waggle you or whatever and tell you that, hey, you know what, we're going to bring it down, when really they're bringing it down for a short period of time so they can turn around and astronomically make it go up so that they can make up the difference.
Absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
trust these people as far as I can throw them. Believe me, some of them I can't throw very far.
Right.
You know, it's just not right, y'all. What's going
Then
on
you
right
got
now in America is
then
not
you,
right.
then you got Knucklehead. You know, and I'm sorry.
He even referred to himself as knucklehead. So
I
you know
know.
what? There you go. If
I
you can
know.
refer to yourself as that, then there you go. That's what
And
I
I'm
say.
sorry, but if you look at that man,
He looks like a knucklehead.
he looks like Bozo the Clown without his makeup. His face is like perfectly round. Think about it. Think about it for a second. He looks like Bozo the Clown
You know, you can't make
without the
this
makeup. You can't
stuff.
make it up.
You can't make it up. I'm telling you.
No, you
You
can't.
just can't. You can't, no matter how you look at it, you can't make this stuff up. There's
You
so
know,
much stuff
I
going on.
mean, and doesn't Bozo the Clown come out being like, "Hi, everybody"?
You know, it's insanity. It's
You can't
insanity.
make it up, guys. You just can't.
It could be related to John Gacy.
Oh,
John Wayne Gacy, he was a clown member. Of course, he
mm-hmm.
was scary. He was a scary clown. You know, I was laughing because you know, Kamala had to say that Beyonce was coming to her rally, and everybody went to see Beyonce. And Beyonce's not even in our country right now,
No.
y'all. She's not. Her and Jay-Z have fled the country along with Steve Harvey and Oprah's, I think, on a plane, and so is Ellen DeGenerate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
she's
know
on.
about her.
Yeah, she's bad, bad, bad. And you know, uh, what's her name that's married to Ashton Kutcher? Oh, come on, guys, help me out. Malia, whatever. They're planning on moving to Europe.
Who?
Melina Kunis or whatever that's married to Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, Millie. It's Milana or something like that.
Yeah, they're planning on leaving the country too. They're going to go to Europe because you know what? Because I don't think Europe allows this pedophilia kind of thing.
Mila.
Yeah, I don't think that they allow this pedophilia there, but maybe they do. I don't know because they're doing all kinds of crazy things.
Ashton Kutcher is up into it in his eyeballs. So same with Demi Moore.
Well, I saw that Demi Moore's up there, and you know what? I'm going to tell y'all. Malia, is that her name? Malia. Anyway,
Milia.
She took over. Okay, so Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher started that uh pedophile assault thing for women or whatever that group was. And when Demi got out, Malia got involved. Isn't that nice? And I'm like, and you got and what are you guys trying to tell me here? What you Malia knew all about it. She's just as involved. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, y'all.
Did she know he was involved, though? That's the question.
Yes, they said she did. She knew all about it. That's why she said, come on, let's run to Europe. Of course, you know, Ashton did things to her, and she was only 14 on the 70s show. So, you know, she's whatever. I don't know, y'all. It makes you think, doesn't it? It makes your mind just run wild and think about all kinds of crazy things and think to yourself, you know what?
Things that make you go,
You know, worry about the things that go bump in the night, and you need to be worrying about the things that are on the streets at night.
Right.
You know, speaking of, Diddy boy. I got some news. So Diddy, there's a lawyer in Houston that a 13-year-old just came forward. Now she's 35, right?
Yep.
Well, 2 boys came forward. One was 10.
Oh, I saw that.
One was 10 and the other one was 17.
I saw that.
And the way the story goes is the 10-year-old was really good at rapping, and his mom brought him in there, and he turned around and they said, Diddy said, I don't want your parents here, because the reason I don't want your parents here is because I don't want any parental influence. So you need to stay here by
They
yourself.
didn't want to run interference for me.
Yeah. Isn't that scary? And then he turned around and said, okay, well, and the manager said, okay, that's fine.
Not with a 10-year-old. I have a 10-year-old grandson right now. And if you think I'd let him in a room with a grown-ass man,
With
no.
Diddy of all people.
You know, I just thought of something.
He gave him a Coke and knocked him out.
I just thought of something. P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
You know what his initials? It just a funny thought crossed my mind.
JC.
No.
His name is, it's SC. Sean Combs, right?
Yeah, his name is SC. But PD, penile dysfunction.
Well, you would wish. But it is
dysfunctional.
Well,
it goes in the wrong places.
I know it's y'all, we just can't wrap our brain around all that kind of stuff, because you know what, we don't think like that. So y'all, we're having a party. We're all excited. We're having a party, and we're gonna be with y'all for a few hours on November 4th. And we're going to watch the election results. Although, let me tell you, Bucks County, Pennsylvania is already in trouble, because they were turning people away today for early voting. Yeah, get me. Why? Because the machines were going down. It was the same kind of thing that was going on in Arizona. Yeah. So, you know what? It's like, these states got to get themselves together. And you know which county, you know where it was at. It was in Philadelphia.
Oh, look at those nails. How pretty.
Yeah, she was even talking to me going, ooh, pretty nail. You have date tonight? And I said, you know what? Stop it. You're making me late. Girl, you're making me late. It's for my Halloween costume, y'all. So, I don't know. I just think to myself, this just ain't right. You know what? You're absolutely right, Chris, and you know what? I believe with all my heart and all my soul that the Lord is with us right now, and He's watching all this, and He isn't going to let this go through like people think it is. They think they're just going to skate through this because they cheated the last time. And I've got news for you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, it ain't happening.
Right.
We were talking about this today. They are on these elections like a tick on a dog.
Right.
They are watching every move they make, and they've already counted 450,000 bad votes in Texas, and I don't know how many in different other states right now. I mean, I have a really hard time thinking you're going to be able to cheat.
Yeah.
And what happened to one-day voting? Why do we have to wait so long?
Because there's too many people in the country.
Well, here's the other thing that you guys need to stop and think about for just a second that's kind of scary. All right, so there's a time frame from the time that the president-elect goes and exchanges and goes into office, right? So Kamala would be, even if she won, she'd still be president-elect.
They still have 2 months.
Yeah, she'd still have to be inaugurated as president. Our country is ran for so long without anyone in control.
Right.
I mean, if the violence is going to start and the crap is going to start, that's when it's going to start. Just heads up. I'm just telling y'all.
Yep.
I mean, kind of came to my mind the other day. I thought, you know what? If they're going to start,
as soon as they announce who's the president-elect, it's going to start.
Well, here's another thing I'm going to tell you. Did you see where North Korea said, get ready for war? And did you see where China said, get ready for war? I'm like, okay, guys, not right before the election. Y'all, not right before the election. Oh, I know. You know what, KMM? You're right. And that's a scary thought, isn't it? Now, you know what? Let me ask you something, y'all. How does a person, I mean, just because she's vice president, and if something would have happened to Joe Biden, she would have been president, right? But we're not talking about a term here. We're talking about an election. How can he just say, I'm going to give it to her, and then and nobody had to vote? I mean, it never went to the popular vote. It never went to the public. It just said, okay, here you go. I've never seen so much crap in all my life. It's nothing but, and it's in our face. They're right here in our face doing it.
Right.
And I'm like, something's got to be done. How can they get away with all this stuff? How can they get away with all this stuff? They think they're right.
That's the problem.
They think they're good. They think they're good, and they think they're sneaky, and they think they're sly.
That's why they want it so bad. Is because
I got news for them. The Lord's a lot smarter than they think, and they ain't gonna get away with it this time.
No, because poop's gonna hit the fan.
Big time. In fact, I want to say Donald Trump's already filed a lawsuit on illegal voting in Pennsylvania. I mean, they're ahead of the game here, guys. They're watching every move everybody makes. Yep. As far as this election goes, you know, I pray that Trump gets in. I hope he gets in. I feel like I feel deeply inside that he is going to make it in.
Right.
I'm going to tell you my feelings, and usually my feelings don't lead me astray or anyone else. We got to watch out for what happens in between. I mean, we got to get him in there, but we got to watch what happens in between. Because I think that's when everything's going to go awry. Right after the election.
I agree. I totally agree. I think that they're going to try to pull a fast one, and that's not going to happen.
You know, I'm going to say every psychic and every person that you have listened to, well, I guess including myself, because I see and hear different things. But anyway, I'm going to tell you this. Chaos is going to happen, and everybody has said, I've seen military on the streets. I've seen people going into their house and locking down for so many days. I've seen it. They've said it for a year. And you know when it's going to be? They said, don't go around crowds. Don't do this. Don't do that. Well, you're not going to have to worry about it because it's going to be after the election. It's exactly when it's going to happen. And that's when China's going to pull their stuff and North Korea is going to pull their stuff, and who God knows who else is going to get involved, and Iran's going to do. And you know what? Lord have mercy on their souls. That's all.
And here's the worst part. They cannot legally change the inauguration date because that's in the it's in the Constitution or in the it's in something. It's written.
Well, they got enough days that they don't need to change it.
I think they need to change election day.
I think what they need to do is if they don't change then they need to change the election day to the 4th. 1 day voting, do it January 4th, and then the president takes office the 5th. None of this 60 days or what? It's 72 days, isn't it? Isn't that what I thought? I counted 72 days without anybody running our country.
That is a shit show waiting to happen, especially this time.
Yeah. And this is the most important election of our lives. And I don't know how old all y'all are, but it's the most important election in my life, and I'm older than dirt. So, telling you.
I must be the clay underneath the dirt.
No, you're still right there and with me with the dirt thing. We're all dirt. But, yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in. I mean, it's. I'm nervous.
Pam,
I've never been so nervous in my life.
Is it a big city? Is it a big city? You know what? No, you're going to be fine. January 20th, you're going to be fine. Just don't do it. Don't do it anywhere in between November 5th and January 5th. All right. But January 20th, you're going to be fine. Might be a little nervous. You might be a little nervous of what you've seen prior, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Speaking of fine, how's that nephew of yours? Isn't he doing good?
Twin Cities suburb.
It's a suburb. It's suburbs.
I think it would be.
She's going to be fine by that time. I think all the stuff is already going to have happened by that time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the suburbs should be okay. It's the middle of this.
Awesome. Awesome. He's going to be fine. I'm telling you, he's going to be fine. And you'll be fine at your eye show that weekend. You're going to be fine. January 20th.
All of it be fine if you go inside and close the door.
You know what? That's the deal. And you're going to have to do it after the election. I'm afraid to tell you. After November 5th, 6th, kind of keep your head on a swivel. That's what I'm going to tell you. Keep your head on a swivel because I feel chaos coming. And it's going to be the storm of a century because you know what? He's going to, I'm telling you, when he starts deporting people.
And of course, we're getting
the second round.
We're getting new windows Saturday. They're finally putting in the windows from the house fire next door. The insurance company.
Did you guys hear the ballot boxes have been set on fire with votes in it?
Yes.
Can't make this stuff up. Now, how do you know whose votes were in there?
Right. Right. That's why I would never put it in a box.
A cheater never wins.
No.
But they did once. But a cheater never wins.
Did they really win though?
No.
They cheated. They didn't win.
They cheated. Well, no, what they did is they destroyed us. Or tried to. They're trying to. But
They're
they
still
won't
trying.
win. They're not, you know what? They're not going to win. It's not going to happen. I'm just telling you, keep your head on a swivel after election day. Watch everything that's going on around you.
Right.
And if you got to go in your house and lock your door, so be it.
Right.
You know, that's why we told you to prep. That's the time we're prepping. And let these people go out there and do what they're going to do, because they're going to do it anyway. And let our military take over and take care of us like they're supposed
to. That's what I don't understand either, KMM. I think it's dumb and stupid.
I don't know.
If it's a mail-in, well, I saw too, somebody had set a mailbox on fire.
You know, they have chased down ballots that are to empty lots. They have found duplexes that have 50 votes. Now, you know, doggone good and well, 25 people don't live in each one of those duplexes. Right. Even though I know some people that might have 10, but there are 25. There's just not. I mean, there's just not room for 25 people in a duplex.
Nope.
I mean, how stupid do they think we are? When do they think we were born? I mean, I might have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
Right.
That's all you're going to need, Chris. I'm telling you right now. You're going to need it for a couple of weeks, and water for sure. Because we're going to be basically in a lockdown.
Right. I mean, they may even put us in a lockdown.
You know, yeah, they may, because you know what? They may start a coup because she lost. I'm telling you, I got a bad feeling about the time in between. It's not going to be good, guys. It's not going to be good.
Right. No, I can see that happening.
Yeah, just get you some, you know what? Just get you some water. Just get a couple cases of water. Bottled water, it's what?
Even a couple
$4.
Even a couple of gallons.
Yep. You know what? That's funny. You know what, Chris? That is so funny, because I'm going to tell you, I never understood why the toilet paper was running out. Anyway, I didn't know if they were eating it or what they were doing, because I thought, why are you taking all the toilet paper? I mean, you would think that the shelves would have been empty and there would have been a shortage on food, but no, it's a shortage on toilet paper and paper towels. And I guess everybody don't want to be without toilet paper. I'd be more worried about what I was going to put in my body instead of what I was going to wipe my body with. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Stack a few gallons off to the side. You know what? You can always use it. It's not like water. You'll never use it. I think right now a case of water runs about 24 bottles, right? 24 bottles of spring water runs about $4.68.
Yeah, but if you go to Costco or Sam's Club, you can get cases of 40 and they're like $5 or $6.
Well, see, there you go. All you need is one case.
Right.
So it might be cheaper just to go that route.
Right. You know what, KMM? The lockdowns wouldn't be for long. I don't believe they would be. I think it would just be one of those things till they can gain control.
Right.
Maybe a couple of days.
KMM, I don't see by the 20th of January you having any problems. The only problems we're going to have is a second storm, and it isn't going to affect you. But that's the second storm of getting rid of the illegals. So that's not going to affect you. These are the crazy people that didn't get the election. Hey, Teeny, how are you?
Jamie.
So glad to see you could make it. Yeah, I might cut down a little bit in class time, but
Right.
gotta be safe, KMM. It's more important to be safe than to be sorry, right? And my thing is, you could always delay the classes, right, or make them longer after. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of things you could do, or you could just lock everybody in the ice skating rink and say nobody's allowed in here, just the people that I work with, and lock her up.
Right. Right.
You know, I'm just saying. I think it's going to be the big cities.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be needing to worry about the big cities: Philadelphia, Denver, Houston, Dallas, Detroit,
Chicago, LA.
Chicago, yeah, New York for sure. I think those are the places that you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, that's kind of a scary thought too.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, I am technically only 2 miles from the Detroit border. It
Well, that
starts
ain't a
2
good thing.
miles away from me and then goes on the other way.
That ain't a good thing.
Mm. No, but I'm from the heart of the city. I'm 13 miles, 14 miles.
I'm 2 hours from a big city. I mean, a big city. 3 hours. San Antonio is about 2 hours, almost 3 hours, and Houston is about 3 hours. So, I mean, they're so far away from me. I don't have to worry. Austin, it's another however many hours away from me. I'm not close to any of the big cities, but yeah, those are the people that are going to have a big fit because they're the ones that have them all. You know, we were talking today about we got veterans that are sitting in the streets that have fought for our country, and the illegals are stepping over them so they can get in their highfalutin hotels that our government's paying for. If that isn't enough to burn your ass, you know. My mama used to say, I used to laugh so hard. I used to say, Mama, what burned your butt? And she said, a flame about 3 foot. Well, I don't think, I think it'd be a little bit shorter than that now because she's shrunk. But yeah, oh yeah, Minneapolis is going to riot. I'm telling you right now, Minneapolis is going to be another one there because, you know, Tim didn't get in. Are you kidding me? Tim didn't get in.
Yep.
San Francisco's going to have a
Oh my God.
fit. California will be having all kinds of fits.
You know who else I think is going to have a hard time? Boston.
Yep. Yeah.
I do. I think Boston's going to lose it.
Well, Teeny, this is what I'm going to tell you, and this is what I feel. I think that the best place to be for the in-between time is in your house at home. I mean, or like I said, if you got to go out, just keep your head on a swivel, watch what's going on around you all the time because it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Midlands and South Carolina should be just fine. You guys have gone through enough.
Right.
They put you guys through enough already. That's crazy. Oh, by the way, you know, there's another hurricane getting ready to hit Houston or Florida. I just don't get it, y'all. This doesn't make no sense. You know, how in the history of the United States we haven't had 5 major hurricanes hit one place. In the same place. It is. South Carolina is gorgeous. You know, I had a, I had a, okay, I didn't have. My daddy had a cousin that was a judge in South Carolina. But of course, I'm sure she's way passed on by now.
Wow.
Yeah. 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 That's where they're all from Conway. I think that's North Carolina, though, isn't it? Or is that South Carolina? A lot of that family was from Conway. Um, so y'all, we're gonna celebrate. Not another storm. Yeah, I'm telling you, just keeps and poor people in Florida. Do you know? Speaking of that, do you know that there is not a near Myrtle Beach? Do you know that there is not an insurance company that will give you insurance if you own a home in Florida on the coast right now? How does that work? How does that work if you have a mortgage?
We're still dealing with from the house fire next door with the damage that happened to our house.
How?
We're still dealing with that. It's a year and a half. A year and a half. And when you call our insurance company, which I mean it's Liberty Mutual, they said, please give us time to get back with you because we are swamped with the South. Claims in the South, North Carolina.
Oh, I'm sure. Can you imagine?
And Florida. Yeah. Yeah. She was saying the weather was weird. It was almost 80 degrees here, too.
Really, Chris? Now that is odd. Isn't that odd? Because usually South Carolina starts getting rain about this time, don't they? Isn't this kind of the start of your rainy season?
It's the start of ours.
Well, you
And
said
I guess they're just bypassing rain. They're just bypassing the rain for KMM and just giving her snow.
Well, lucky you, KMM, because I'm going to tell you what, today was 90 degrees where I'm at, and we ain't got a lick of rain either. So I'm kind of like Chris. You know what? It's feast or famine. Or as my daddy would say, I'm like the old farmer's duck. If it don't rain, I'll walk. Well, I got news for you. I ain't walking nowhere.
Right.
I did my voting. So, come rain or hail or snow or hurricane or whatever, be like the farmer's duck. If it don't rain, you walk.
Right.
Teeny said it's been cold here. And you know what, Teeny? They said that the East Coast up there was going to have one of the colder winters this year. This was going to be a cold one for y'all.
Right.
I don't know about any kind of precipitation, but I know that it's supposed to get cold. I don't know. Everything's been so weird. Well, Chris, the reason you didn't get any tropical storms, any rain, is because they're guiding the rain to where they want it. Our government's guiding it. We don't want you to go there. We want you to go over there where they already had 18 feet of rain.
Right.
Well, you're gonna get some snow. Don't you worry, Tina. You're gonna be sick of it by the time you get done with this winter. It's insanity, and we're 90 degrees down here. We're bikini weather. We're getting ready to go out and barbecue.
Must be nice.
Well, you know what, KMM? You're going to get some snow this year, too. Yeah, Minnesota didn't get much snow, but you got awfully cold. I was looking at you at negative 32.
Yeah, we didn't get much snow last year either.
Well, Chris, I don't know if you know, I'm going to repeat it because I want you to come on election night. We're coming on later because we usually come on at 6:30. Well, we're not going to be on at 6:30. We're going to be on more like 8 o'clock Central Time. So it'd be 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah.
And we're going to sit here and watch some of these polls come in together. so that we can celebrate and we can pray for the winter.
Absolutely.
Devil La Nina, not be helpful or snow here. Well, you know what? Let's hope. Let's pray that you get some kind of precipitation. We all have to have some.
Right.
You know, I got a body of water right next to me that's bigger than, but we can't do anything with it unless it decides to roll on in.
Yeah, I'm not far from one of the lakes either.
You have to just roll on in, right?
Yeah.
So I hope everybody can join us. 9 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll remind you again on Monday because we won't be back until Monday. But I want y'all to make sure you keep your head on a swivel. Listen to what's going on with all this ballot fraud and
Oh,
burning the boxes down. And
Connie, before you got on, I was mentioning that I was watching the news earlier, which I don't
there's
do
a
very
debate.
often.
I didn't know there was a debate. What debate, Teeny?
I don't know there's a debate.
I didn't know there was a debate.
Anyway, I was telling them that on the news, do you remember that I thought it was a sailor or a marine that choked that guy out in the subway in New York?
Yeah.
They're picking jury for him. So that
Oh,
trial.
that was the guy that was. He was in the military. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and he killed that guy. He
Yeah.
choked him out.
Yeah, well, you know what? The guy was doing things that he shouldn't have been doing.
Right, right.
That
So,
guy ought to get off. He
right,
ought to get off that. He should be set free. That was
right.
that was
So I said I'm going to keep an eye on that one. So
yeah, that's a good one to keep an eye on.
right, right. All right, everybody. We love you. Thanks for your
We love you. We'll see you on Monday.
Yes, we will. I will be here.
We'll see you on Monday. We'll remind you of the
Nice.
party.
Happy Halloween. Enjoy
Happy
with your family, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors' kids, your nieces, your nephews, whatever you might have.
Yep. Go trick or treating.
Hi, Royal Apple. Bye, Royal Apple.
You're a little late. So reminder, we'll see you on Monday at 6:30 regular time. And we'll go over what we're going to do on Tuesday. I'm so excited for Tuesday.
Yep.
And we'll be on later at 8. Love y'all. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye. I think you got hit.